what's going on. It's 106. Temperature's gone up quite a bit this last week. Shady on this side of the house, so it's a little bit cooler. Didn't get a chance to zip out earlier today to shoot part of the video, so you can see in the other video I started tearing down the greenhouse. I'm going to do that in multi-part, just so much video to condense and speed up and try to smush together, but that's kind of the state of things. But we'll have those for the one set of videos and the existing plants on the other. So these are actually starting to flower, so I need to get them transplanted hopefully this weekend. They have some roots that are coming out in the bottom and they just need to get transplanted. So I'm about to clean up a bucket or two out here and or make a bucket. They could go in there where the watermelon was, or I could try to throw them into 5-gallon buckets. We'll see. Haven't figured out all that yet. The green apple died. It's just too hot. Let's see. Just walk down the back alley real quick. Hopefully I don't trip over everything. So the snap and the snow pea, they're actually, if you look down here, I think they're dead, but the top half is growing. We've got some bugs eating them, so that's kind of slowing things down. But there are some flowers. Oh, here's one. There's a pea pod. Yeah, that's all that's on there, but they grow pretty fast. There's a little midget tomato on the big tomato plant. Let's see if I make that focus. There we go. But it's about that big. It's not very big. Corn wise, there's one ear that'll probably grow to something that's edible. This one's got a tiny one on it. I think one of the other ones is trying, but that's really the only plant. So that's, let's see, it's about 6.5, 6'8", so it's pretty tall. Not much going on. And any other tomato plants, not a heck of a lot going on either. It's just too hot. They're not getting the nutrient that they were getting from the hydroponics. And like I said before, they were runty. I left them in the cups for like 4 months. So the pepper plants, they're doing okay. I picked the banana peppers and I was able to can 1 pint. I took all the serrano peppers that were in the greenhouse and I got basically 1.5 pints, but I put them in 2 pints because it was too much for one, not enough for two. The jalapenos are growing, and the sweet peppers, there's a bunch on there. We'll see if they actually end up ripening before they burn out here in heat. What I didn't know, I thought this was just a regular generic cucumber. Apparently is a Japanese cucumber, so I ate the one that was there. It wasn't too bad. I wouldn't say not my favorite. I probably wouldn't buy it again. I mean, they weren't terrible. They just, just didn't care for the flavor. And the aphids are eating it. I've been spraying, and the heat's getting to it. It's just a combination of everything. It's just a rough year to grow some things. Where this rosemary is not looking too bad. Looks like it's got bugs in it, though. I didn't know this was getting aphids, so I'm going to have to spray the heck out of this. The radishes are taking off, so you can see all the spots where I replanted seeds. So everything basically filled out. And what's the one down the center here? This is the Pusa Galabi, so it's kind of pink in the center. These are French breakfast radish. Didn't have good luck with those. They didn't seem like they were very bitey, but I said, I've got the seeds, let's see what happens. And we'll see what happens with these German giants. That's this row here. And these Saxatus. You know, all you can do is water it, let it grow, see what happens. Seedlings are doing really well, so I picked up the tray earlier, and we got green apple, Wisconsin SMR. There's roots and everything in the bottom. These are ready to be transplanted. I've just been kind of letting them hang out here, unless I get energy to clean all that up. I also thought about just sticking them in the tote without having them go up the trellis, and just kind of let them hang out. These other snow peas, which is really funny because I buried them what I thought was deep enough, so you can see kind of what's left of the pea. Come on, focus. So there's some that are coming up, and there's some where it's kind of half doing its thing. The snowball is the cauliflower. So I replanted 4 sets, and only looks like 1 is poking through right now. So we'll see what happens. Pepperoncinis, looks like 2 in each, except for that one by itself. That is not a pepper plant, so I don't know what that is. We'll give it a day or two and then end up plucking it. The cabbage looks like it's doing okay. So the idea was to grow a couple cabbages, so I seeded 5. Chinese 5 color. 1 there, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. So a little over half germinated. And then the snap peas. These, only 1 of these came up through there, and that's not doing all that well. These are there, but I think that the roots just didn't do anything. So Chinese broccoli's doing well. Probably have to thin that out a little bit. And the green onion's trying. There's little skinny strands, but the heat is really bad. But a lot of it didn't germinate, so I'm guessing the seeds are bad. Strawberries, a little bit sad. It's having problems focusing today. That's kind of weird. Like I said, there's a bunch of these sweet peppers, so we'll see what happens. Jalapenos are still growing, and there's like 3 banana peppers on there, but the aphids are chewing these plants up pretty bad. See if I remember to, let's zoom out. So we're going to remember to show some pictures of the lemon and the lime when I first planted them. So doing really well. Lots of growth. And same thing with the lemon. I mean, look at this thing. This thing just keeps going out and out and out and out. So overall, it's staying healthy in this heat. So maybe this weekend I'll take off the foil, check the moisture on the air layer, see if I see any roots. I think it's been about 6 or 7 weeks, so we'll see what happens. Here's all the holes in the backyard, so that's where the tote was. That needs to get filled up. There's a leak down here I have to dig further, and there's a busted pipe over there, which I don't believe I busted, but it looks like they used schedule 20 instead of schedule 40, morons. And looks like the pipe broke in there. And there's probably a problem down in here. I just haven't dug out because it's 106 degrees. Raspberries are gimping along. Like I said, these aren't going to ever do anything, but there's new growth. There was some new growth, and then looks like it shriveled up. Looks like 1, maybe 2. Well, the 6 lines in there are still alive. Kind of, again, gimping along. And this one's got new growth, so it's doing okay. Not what I really want for the price I paid for the 3 plants, but I've got a year to take them back, or 10 months. So we'll see what happens when it cools down. Other than that, that's it for updates. Like I said, not really talking about any of this garbage going on, but I think I mentioned it before, so I'm gonna fill this hole in, fix the sprinklers. And it was really weird. I'll talk about in the other videos. A couple of these caps were completely off, and either off to the side or upside down, so I don't know what that was all about or how that even happens. I guess one that was upside down, maybe I didn't pay attention when I rolled it, but it was perfectly on the thing, so it was just the weirdest thing I've ever seen, but whatever. Then I've got to go through and start chopping up all the PVC pipe. It's no good. It won't hold its shape to the height that I want unless I do a lot of engineering to it. And it's not good for anything because there's holes in the pipe. So we'll see what happens. Anyways, that's it for this week on the plants. Thanks for watching.